Anguilla is our home. We've been here since the beginning. We are the only indigenous bank on the island. We are the pulse of our communities. We are the bank with a difference. Our commitment to building Anguilla means we value our relationships, friendships, homes, and businesses. Everything we do is done with care and expertise. We serve our people with integrity and pride, ensuring we transact with confidence. It's our passion to help our people and businesses succeed, making sure every Anguillian has the opportunity to flourish in a beautiful country we call our home. Welcome to the People's Bank. Welcome to the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla.
Our arrival was as dark as our melanin-flooded skin, after being exposed to the sun's sharp whip during the Middle Passage. This land, this strange land, with its strange fruit and its strange soil, would now be our home. In the 400 years since our arrival, we have worked hard to build this land. Along the way, others have joined us on the journey. Our spirit is rooted in Africa. Our culture, sprinkled by Tainos, Europeans, and Asians. The result, a potpourri of complex history, customs, and bold ideas that is 100% Anguillian. No other celebration witnesses the spirit and explosiveness of Anguillian creativity like the Anguilla Summer Festival. From the celebration of our emancipation on August Monday, to the crowning of Miss Anguilla, to recalling the odyssey of our grandparents at sea. Our festival is us. We are lovers of its food. We are lovers of its sharp fashion. We are lovers of its melodies. We are lovers of its both races. We are lovers of its tradition and family gatherings. We are lovers of its love.
And in addition to all of that, nothing gives us the freedom to wine and jam like our festival.
Stop the wheel! 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 Oh, I can feel it all in the air. There's something blowing in the atmosphere. It's all over. Let it go on. Elevating year after year. People coming from everywhere. Come on over. Let's get it on.
Be intrigued. Be guided by your intuition. Come and experience the beauty, the euphoria of Anguilla, the Caribbean's last utopia. Anguilla Summer Festival 2024, the family reunion, our 50th year. Join the family July 21st to August 11th.
Stop the wheel! 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 We be fetching till the break of dawn. Before you know it is human born. It's not over. There we go on. Hey! Everything is splendor and mass. We watching, waiting for the truth.
take your order?
Miss Anguilla Summer Festival coming up. Them say it's the 50th anniversary. It's going to be huge. You know how Anguillians be. Them love them KFC. Give me 50 buckets of chicken. I go see what's going on, but I can't show them their well KFC. I want original spicy barbecue. Even some of them new nuggets.
Have a good day. Safe travels to Anguilla.
Thank you, miss.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yeah, she should be hot and ready time I get here.
Let's go. Careful. Be careful. Be careful. Don't drop the KFC. Smell like KFC, boy. All Anguilla girls are gonna want me now.
Yeah, I just reached. I can pick up the KFC number, boy. Yeah, I can pick up enough for the whole valley. The whole valley, cuz.
Welcome to KFC. May I take your order?
Yeah, I ordered 50 buckets of chicken on the phone.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that gotta be them right there.
Hi, this is.
But question, are you got a delivery service or anything going on? Cause that lot of chicken, I can't carry them by myself.
We definitely do. We have someone on site right now.
Right now, right here? Alright, let's do this. Let's get this chicken home. This one stay with me. But all that good. Yep. Pull it up. Very good. That good. Let's go, let's go. Good. Let's go. Just a little bit. Back up, little bit. No. Come. Okay. Right. Yeah, fellas. Hey, right here. Right here. Little bit. No thoughts, fellas. Just vibes.
Hello? Yeah, I hear they're doing big things for Anguilla Summer Festival. Yeah, it's the 50th anniversary. Yeah, I gotta go see for myself. I going? Yeah, I going to see the setup of the Lanson Bowl Village. Of course, I got a KFC chicken. I'm coming.
Well, I went over there.
Well, I'm happy, but I got a chicken. Don't touch my chicken! You're crazy?
No.
Yo!
Let's go! Drive. Dash gas. Let's go. Come, let's go.
Jesus!
Let's go, drive.
But why, Leslie, that KFC smell good.
So then follow me to the new Lancer Ball Cultural Center. Shh, don't tell nobody nothing.
Okay, I can follow you.
Are you meet me in the valley right now? Let's just come over with a boatload of KFC chicken and Kembe just passed to it from in hand. Listen, it's gonna be a KFC party in the valley.
Finger licking good.
Leslie got a chicken. Leslie got a KFC. Leslie! You think it's only you got a chicken? I got a chicken too. Leslie, you got all this chicken, but I got chicken too.
Buy the more KFC, the better. Look what's going on here.
Jesus Christ, boy, Leslie. But we gonna feed the valley?
The whole of the valley.
Leslie! And Teen on the way.
The countdown is on for Anguilla's 50th Summer Festival. You too can get a taste of KFC for free. Get a chance to win with KFC's weekly bucket giveaway.
Like, follow, share KFC St. Martin and Anguilla Summer Festival on Facebook. Answer the trivia questions correctly for a chance to win a 30-piece bucket of KFC. A winner will be selected every week until the official kickoff.
Is our home. We've been here since the beginning. We are the only indigenous bank on the island. We are the pulse of our communities. We are the bank with a difference. Our commitment to building Anguilla means we value our relationships, friendships, homes, and businesses. Everything we do is done with care and expertise. We serve our people with integrity and pride, ensuring we transact with confidence. It's our passion to help our people and businesses succeed, making sure every Anguillian has the opportunity to flourish in a beautiful country we call our home. Welcome to the People's Bank. Welcome to the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla. Anguilla is our home. We've been here since the beginning. We are the only indigenous bank on the island. We are the pulse of our communities. We are the bank with a difference. Our commitment to building Anguilla means we value our relationships, friendships, homes, and businesses. Everything we do is done with care and expertise. We serve our people with integrity and pride, ensuring we transact with confidence. It's our passion to help our people and businesses succeed, making sure every Anguillian has the opportunity to flourish in a beautiful country we call our home. Welcome to the People's Bank. Welcome to the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla. Anguilla is
live on Facebook and YouTube, I believe, as well as live on Radio Anguilla. And I'm delighted to be here today to speak with representatives from NCBA, from the Anguilla Summer Festival Committee, contestants in the NCBA Miss Anguilla pageant, as well as the very first Miss Anguilla, Miss Condon Adams. First off, we're going to speak with Mr. Ivan Connor, who is chairman of the Anguilla Summer Festival. Mr. Connor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Farah. I have to possibly correct you because it doesn't feel like we're at NCBA right now.
It doesn't, right?
I feel like I'm at some little fancy fandango. All this glam and glitter and what are these flowers called again?
Bougainvillea.
These are bougainvillea and balloons and glitter and sham, and I put me in this gold and padded chair. And then I tried to talk to this lady here about 3 weeks ago. She didn't answer me yet, but
you can't pull that beautiful black queen.
I got day.
So good afternoon, Ivan.
Tell me.
We're going to talk a little bit about the collaboration between the Anguilla Summer Festival and the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla. I want to know whether or not NCBA reached out to the Anguilla Summer Festival Committee, or you knew that NCBA, being the good corporate citizen that they are, you know, would be happy to come on board and do this, and you decided to reach out to NCBA to form this partnership of them now taking over the Miss Anguilla pageant.
Well,
to be
Farah,
NCBA Miss Anguilla pageant.
Sorry if I'm rubbing this because it's so lush and comfortable, right? I don't know, the decor here, Karen and the team here at NCBA, they put it all out. I'm enjoying this. You might have a problem getting me to move, but how it started, everyone would have remembered Miss Charmaine Vaughn.
Yes.
I almost call her Miss Francois, Mrs. Charmaine Vaughn. At the
Formerly
very
Miss Francois.
former Miss Francois. the former CEO of NCBA, at the very start of the year, she said, it's the 50, we have to do something big. It was Karen Hodge, her and myself in a meeting, because you know I'm also the bank's marketing consultant.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, sure, 50 for the 50, this is where we're going. And I said I had the perfect marriage, which would be the NCBA Miss Anguilla pageant. And it wasn't a flinch. It took some time to get things mobilizing and going, but it was something that they wanted to do. We had a mutual interest, and the partnership is what you would see developing here today. And persons with experience starting the 7th at 7 p.m., I believe, or 8 p.m. at the Lansing Bowl Cultural Center.
I believe it's usually 8 p.m. So
8 p.m.
7, 8 p.m.
Well, come early, because
well, I guess I
when
just
the show
said the time,
start, when the show start, we don't want nobody walking in and the fanfare and all that type of stuff.
So you say Miss Francois, now Mrs. Vaughn, she basically said, it's a 50, we want to be on board.
Yes, we want to go big.
So why did it take such a long time before we could rename this pageant?
You know the process. You go through the board. It's not an individual decision.
Yes.
You have to go through the commitments were made. We had to make sure that it was the way it was supposed to be, and everybody involved that had to be involved. So that's why we kind of like took that route. Okay.
And so, can you give us specifics of the sponsorship that NCBA?
US $50,000, EC $135,000 that the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla have partnered with the Anguilla Summer Festival to put on the NCBA Miss Anguilla Queen Pageant 2024. And it's important to note that this commitment from NCBA is not only for the pageant, but past that. And I say past that because the 2024 Queen will become an ambassador for the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla Limited.
Okay, so not only will that person be an ambassador for Anguilla and represent Anguilla, they will also represent NCBA for the same period of the reign.
Yes.
Okay, so the $50,000 US, is there specifics about what this goes towards?
The Queen's Committee would direct where that has gone. I know there was an increase in the
Prizes?
preparation fees.
Oh, preparation fees.
Prizes is a totally different lot. There's an increase in the prize money, but there's also we've done a lot to sweeten the pot in the pool. The Miss Anguilla will receive a brand new 2024 Shangyang C35 Plus vehicle, compliments of Motor World. They are receiving jewelry, compliments of Alpha Jewels, and so much more prizes, the prize package. Of course, I don't have all those details. There is a subcommittee chair for Queens, who's Erica. Well, Erica is over Queens on the executive, and there's a subcommittee chair, Miss Lisa Ray, who has all those details.
Okay, and so with this huge sponsorship partnership, does NCBA have a say as to what actually takes place during the night of the show?
Yes.
Or tell me.
Yes, NCBA has recommendation of judges.
Okay.
They have overall branding for the evening. They have a say in the overall construct of the show. It's NCBA Miss Anguilla Queen Pageant.
And when you speak of the construct of the show now, we know that the swimsuit segment was initially separated. We have seen it over the years go from being on Coronation Night, as it's called, to being two separate events. I know it is now back to one event for this year, even though initially it was to be two events. Can you give any information about why that decision was made? It could have been the girls feeling less prepared. It could have been, organization.
It was some of that. The decision was taken between the chaperones, the girls, as to where they were at.
Yes.
If it made sense, the segments, the preparation, the cost involved, everything around that. It was a hard decision. There is some things that are still being dealt with. But yeah, that was a subcommittee decision. Chaperones, they made a decision, and that's where it's at.
Now you say there are some things that are still being dealt with. I can't just leave that go. I want to know what things are being dealt with.
There's several things are being dealt with. You're preparing for a show. So
Yes.
think about it from a construct standpoint. You were looking to have not an additional appearance on that night. Now you're structuring and
Yes.
there's a few things happening.
Yes, yes. But the first thing came to my mind, the girls thinking, hey, I need some more time.
Pretty
Let me,
much.
you know. Okay, so is there anything else you need to share? Anything new? We would have spoken on so many occasions. You would have conducted so many interviews or been a part of so many interviews, shared so much information over the past few months, and we really appreciate the constant flow of information. Is there anything that we may have missed? Let me take this time to let our viewers and listeners know. Ivan, you may have seen him, if you were looking on Facebook Live, snap his finger just now.
Yes.
We are really in NCBA, and
Live.
it is during banking hours, and we are looking at customers. Customers are looking at us. We just had a young customer just about to walk across the camera screen, and so Ivan jumped into quick action to say, hey, don't walk that way. You know, we're conducting a live interview.
I apologize.
At this moment. No. Hey, you did what needed to be done. So
I
any
got children,
information,
man. I'm always looking.
Exactly, it was a child.
Yeah.
And so any information that is new, that has just come about, that our public may not be aware of, that you need to share with us.
What I want to do is thank everyone for the support of the festival thus far. Everyone that's a part of the cast, from our sponsors to the production crew, to those that are actually participating, to those that the Lansing Bowl Cultural Center, to the Gospel Explosion, to last night, opening night. Absolutely spectacular. I think that we are continuing to raise the bar and raise the expectation of what is to happen this 50th anniversary of the Anguilla Summer Festival, this 50th celebration of the Anguilla Summer Festival, the family reunion from, we used to say July 21st, but it was literally July 18th until the 11th of August. This is where we're at. There's so much more to come, in the words of the great Gramps Morgan. You don't know that song yet?
Okay.
That's a line in one of the songs. There's so much more to come. What I would say is stay posted and make sure you go online. You don't have to go and stand in the line at the venue. Go online, purchase your tickets ahead of time. Be express. Find where you want. Park up by your favorite bar. Go by your favorite seat in wherever in the venue. Purchase your tickets for 50 for 50, Night of the Legends. So what we've done to replace that segment of the swimsuit competition that was supposed to be at Aurora Amphitheater, we are honoring 50 persons this year. And I need to put something on record because I'm hearing talks about some persons feeling slighted with the names that are being honored.
Have the names been released?
The names have not been released, but they haven't gotten a call. And you send an invitation to somebody by getting honored, and then they will say, but why I'm not getting honored? So here's the thing. And I'm not saying this facetiously, right? Has anybody inquired why somebody wasn't honored, 49 people wasn't honored last year, and 48 people the year before? And will 51 people be honored after this? I understand the significance of the 50. But in doing these things where you honor people, you have to be very theme focused and specific. Because if you are honoring based on contributions of music, 50 is a small number. How would you honor Darwin without honoring Dice? How would you honor Dice without honoring Dano? How would you honor Dano without honoring Sledge? How would you honor Sledge without honoring Panther? How would you honor Panther without honoring Latest? And it can go on and on and on.
And I think when it comes to things like awards, that's always the case. You will always hear the little chat of people who feel like this person should have been honored. You really have to put that stuff and accept that it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This may not be your time.
This may not be your time.
But your time may come another time. And even if it doesn't, so be it. You know, that's not the contribution.
Right. You did it for the love.
Right.
But here's the thing though. We are specifically honoring and focusing on persons that would have done, would have built what we are today. And I'm focusing on the word built because interest around building for this year. Not just the budget address, not just the theme of the budget, but the demolition of the Lands and Bowl Cultural Center, and then build it back to that beautiful edifice that we were able to enjoy last night and last week. So there are people that have intrinsically and inherently been a part of from the foundation come up. It's not to say that we have not honored some persons that would have made music contribution as well, but when you look at the list and you see the persons that we are honoring, the investment of time, the investment of resources, the investment of their expertise, hard labor, when nobody else was doing it. And I might be giving away something now, but when them ladies was coming down in them red skirt, we had troops. You understand? So you have to look at the genesis of things. So at 50, we've gone back to the genesis of things. And I am so honored I met this beautiful young lady, Miss Anguilla 1974, Miss Condon. She said she'll be home and she just walked in. You're gonna have the opportunity to, but again, it's back to the genesis. It's
Right.
from the start.
Right, and you're talking about people feeling one way. I feel like we don't even know the name, so I feel like why are we even going?
Because you won't please everybody.
Who will be left out? You will never be able to please everybody, and so life moves on. You
Yes.
mentioned the wonderful event we had last night.
Yes.
You spoke about the festival, the blessing of the Lands and Bowl Cultural Center. You didn't speak about your ball, your gala at Manoa, and the fact that not only community partners are coming together to ensure that we have a successful summer festival. You spoke about beginning on the 18th. I feel like it went back even months. I feel like we've been in the carnival mode spirit for months now.
Yeah, you've been feeling the energy.
You know, I felt the energy definitely at the chairman's gala.
Yes, it was.
You know, you didn't speak about that. That was an amazing event.
You know, and I should have, because this is the second and probably last time, unless they end up on the road, I know what's happening, that you're gonna hear the Mussingtons play live and in living color. And we understand what the Mussington brothers and Natsong did. A taste of Natsong again last night. You're gonna get a taste of the Mussingtons and so. I spoke to Darvin about this way back months ago. I told him what I was doing. Darvin said, that gonna be, listen, we going all out. So come out on Sunday, Mussington Brothers, Crossfire, 50 for 50. North Sound had their do last night with a band, shell down the village. Listen, last night, not personally, but the Minister Kentish Rogers, the Minister of Social Education, she said something a while back, and it resonates with me to this day. We deserve nice things too.
Of course.
Man, we deserve nice things.
Bands coming together for the family reunion. The reunion of Natson, the reunion. It is appreciated and it was thoroughly enjoyed.
I felt really blessed last night.
Yeah.
You know what was touching for me? At one point, it had some young 16, 17, maybe 11-year-old. And I was standing up next to Lingy, Charlotte, mate from Valley School. And he said, look at them young people right in front. I said, why feeling good music, they don't got choice.
I felt that.
Let them take it.
I felt that. I felt the generation did a great job of passing on, especially Better Band, to this young one. Young people moving forward like, what I know about Better Band.
And it did it.
And let me tell you, going back to the chairman's gala, I thought gosh, it's so sad that a lot of the community, you know, Anguilla dry weather people, we did those who were there, but I was so happy to see that Natsong was put opening to know that Mussingtons is brought back to be at Aurora with fire. So I'm happy to see that we're having all these reunions because Mussingtons especially. Some we hear them at Festival Del Mar in Island Harbor. We've heard them on a few occasions. They practice come together in that way. It was amazing. And Better Band, you can never go wrong.
Better Band? But you know from where you talk, because Mussingtons and Natsong had the gala. Mussington's getting the 50 for 50, and then Better Band again.
Not for me too, Better Band on May 25th.
You're right.
And the disco.
You're right.
You understand? I'm loving
It's been a
it.
vibe.
You were talking about purchasing tickets online. You
Online,
can do that
go online. Festival.com, AnguillaSummerFestival.com. Go buy event. You don't have to stand in no line when you show up. You show your ticket. You get your waste time queuing like you're in the UK. I don't like line. I don't even like a buffet line.
And when you say that, when you spoke about online, the first thing I'm thinking about is the line that I'm looking at right here ahead of me in the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla. I believe in online banking. So going back to NCBA, I believe that online banking
you pay
is
everything
the
I know to tell you about that last night, right? So you know I was very busy yesterday in the opening. Last night I had some cash in my pants. I put it on the bed when I was getting ready to leave the house. Left the cash there. Realized now, gone on stage, boom, change back, no cash in my pants. Gone over to Dog Pound booth. I need to get a burger. I need to get something to drink. Can I pay online? Of course. That third-party transfers with NCBA. So if you forget your cash, you ain't got to be in the village and you want to get a drink. You see them big rum punch that Dog Pound selling? Right, go tell Miss Reed, you want a rum punch, can I pay online? So you got card, party transfer, and I know he in the line and call him out. What going on, punch? I know what time it is. That's the thing too. You can deposit through the you want to get it one time. If you had come a little earlier, you're going to get your cash. Services in below, the People's Bank, committed and leading the way. And
with us, we're going to speak, like you spoke, like you mentioned, to Miss Anguilla. Very first Miss Anguilla. I believe Karen of NCBA wants to talk to me a little bit. I really want to talk. You know, and so I want to thank you, Ivan, for joining us and speaking with us today. I don't know if I'm right now, but I just really wanted to put in that plug just for the general public. I know for socialization, you know, they love to come in the bank. It's filled, but some people like to do it. They like to come in the bank. But for those who are looking, I speak strongly. I advocate for online banking. I pay every single bit, from the mortgage coming out monthly automatically to my daughter's dance class. Every single thing. The only reasons why I come in the bank, other than doing interviews or checkbooks, which, you know, some people don't have the services of the cards. At some places you want to write checks still, you know, so I have the checks. I have the debit check to change. I don't go to the ATMs. I usually go to the drive-thru. I get myself a meal and for online banking, and I want to, you know, give NCBA, you know, kudos. People just love to do it the old time way, you know?
They love to come in the line. Listen, I don't do lines at all. Anybody that knows me, I don't do lines. I don't even do buffet lines.
Thank you again, Ivan. Thanks for speaking with me. All right. We'll see who comes. We're here live at the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla. Mic'd up, Miss Anguilla 1974. Miss.
Nice meeting you.
Welcome. All right, let's see everybody on camera. This is Condon Adams. You are going to take your throne.
Whoa.
Please have a seat. And I would love to speak with you.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if you want the cushion or need it. Okay. So I know it is now 50 years since you were crowned.
Yes.
I know that back in 1974, we were just starting out. We barely had anything, and I know for sure from speaking to other prior Miss Anguillas that the pageant was completely different to what it is now.
Now
if you
it
can
is competition. Then it was just something getting together, beginning, you know, because I was the first one, and they were just starting out carnival committee.
So you're saying no, it's a competition. It wasn't a competitive in 1974?
Not for me.
Okay, so you just went in to enjoy yourself, make friends.
Yes.
How many contestants were there in your show?
I think
6 of you,
Yes.
just like we have in 2024, 6 contestants.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and what were the segments that you participated in or performed
We
in?
had the swimsuit segment.
So you had a swimsuit
We
segment.
had the outfit. You had to come out in a regular wear, and then
Where you
like-
mean you just have to dress up and show?
yes,
Okay.
which I made mine.
How old were you in 1974, if I may ask?
19.
19 years old.
Yes.
Okay, and so what did you make?
I made my gown. Made my regular wear came out in.
Okay, so regular off your modeling
show
skills?
off, yes.
Okay, and what were the other segments other than the evening regular
And
wear?
just you had to introduce yourself and just say something.
I remember hearing there was no talent segment.
No,
So there was no talent segment. So how long was the show? 6 contestants?
it wasn't long at all.
Okay, tell me the names of the other contestants that
50 years later, please.
maybe.
No, I could only remember the one that came after me, which was Ramona Hughes.
Ramona Hughes.
Yes.
So what contestant, what was your number? Do you remember?
I was the last one.
Contestant number 6.
Yes,
And that happened where?
in the high school.
In the high school. So which was the Valley Secondary
Valley-
School at the
yes,
time?
Right.
Okay, and where the
Your
where-
the audition room.
Okay.
Yes.
So were you vetted? Were you sought out? I know for the Miss Statehood pageant, which would have preceded our Anguilla Summer Festival, and the pageants that would have preceded the Miss Anguilla show. For the Miss Statehood pageant, I believe members of the community actually went around Anguilla seeking girls and suggesting that they join or participate in the Miss Statehood pageant. Was that the case? Did somebody come to you and say, I want you to be in the first Miss Anguilla pageant? Or did you put yourself forward?
No, what happened is it really started as a church function.
Yes.
And
The Anglican Church, to be specific?
Yes. So I was an Anglican, and they just asked people who were there, do you want to join? And I said, yes, okay.
And so all of the girls were from the Anglican Church?
Not really.
Okay, just throughout the community?
Yes,
All right,
just
and-
throughout because Ramona was from West End,
Yes.
but I don't know if she was an Anglican.
Right, okay.
And I can't remember the others, really and truly.
Was there anything to do during your reign at that time?
No.
Okay, tell me about your crowning moment when you became the very first Miss Anguilla.
I could remember the 3 words that I really said. When they asked me, how do you feel? I said, I feel great.
Awesome. Was your family there?
My dad, he was a policeman straight down the door, looking at me straight.
So that was extra pressure?
Yes.
Was it a big crowd?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was something, new. Because they had some church functions before with Queens, but I think it had lapsed a couple years,
Okay.
and then they started it then.
Okay. So the 1974 Queen's pageant then would have been a resurrection of something different that they would have had before just for the church?
Yes.
Okay, and this was... So now that 50 years have passed, and now that you are being recognized as the very first Miss Anguilla, how does it feel? I believe you live abroad. You
Yes.
don't live in Anguilla. How does it feel coming back to celebrate in this way?
Listen, to tell you the truth,
That's what
would
I
say again,
expect.
I feel,
Amazing.
listen, you don't want to see me. When I came in with my crown, my sash.
Amazing.
Yes.
Did you get to tell the story with anybody traveling to Anguilla?
the steward because I got to sit in first class, and the steward was, every minute he was like coming to me, and then I said to him, I'm going home because I'm going to a family reunion, the 50th year. What? So I took off my crown and my sash. He said, what? I said, okay.
I thought you were wearing them on the plane.
No, I put it on for him, and I made a little him on the plane.
Also, a little video recording. And so he could say, and that's a way of selling Anguilla. So when you leave to go back, wear your crown, wear your sash.
Okay.
When they ask the questions, then you use it as an opportunity to promote Anguilla because, we can always do that.
Because listen, that's how I got to sit in first class. When I went to the desk, I told the lady, she said, you're going to Anguilla? I said, yes. She said, I heard a lot about Anguilla. I said, it's a beautiful place, lovely beaches. She said, I hear that. I said, but you need to visit. I said, right now I'm going home for the 50th year Carnival family reunion. So she said, what? So I took out my crown, put it on, and my sash. It wasn't this one though, it's one that I made, but my niece made this one over. Anyhow, she said, you do what? She told me, okay, one more seat left in the first class. She said, I'll okay.
Amazing, amazing. And so you said you wore a sash that you made. So you're still sewing 50 years later. How have the 50 years passed? I'm sure it wasn't a flash. We know life comes at you fast, and I'm sure the 50 years flew by very quickly.
Listen, miss, to tell you the truth, I don't even feel like 50 years passed because I ride motorbike still.
Awesome. Do you care to share where you live and how your life has been since your crowning?
No.
Okay, but you ride a motorbike?
A Can-Am Spider.
Pardon?
Can-Am Spider with the 3 wheels.
Oh,
you
nice.
know the 2 in front and 1 in the back?
Yeah. Oh, that type.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That's my baby.
That is awesome. That's good. So I'm sure you feel just as young as 19 when you got your crown in 1974.
You're as old as you feel.
Exactly.
When you get older, yes, you get a little bit more pains, but guess what? You're as old as
Let me tell you, you preaching to the choir. I don't know if I want to share this with everybody, but I always say I'm trans age. You understand? I identify as 7 years old and 27 years old. So I switch it up. I definitely agree with that sentiment. It was so amazing to meet you and to hear a bit about your story. Yes. Is there anything else you care to share? What else are you going to be doing for the family reunion?
I really don't know because this is the first time I got in contact with Mr. Khanna.
Okay.
I attended the Teeny Tots.
The Miss Tiny Tot pageant?
Yes. I attended that on Sunday. But then I didn't know what else I was going to do. So I was told to get a hold of Mr. Khanna, which I did, and he told me come here for 2 o'clock.
Awesome. Well, it was great meeting you, great speaking with you. I'm happy to say that I've met Miss Anguilla 1974, the very first.
You better believe it.
Yes. I know Miss Anguilla 1975 quite well, but I'm happy to know that I've met the very first. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're most welcome.
All right. You have a great day, okay? All right. See you on Coronation Night.
When is that?
That is August 7th at the Lansing World Cultural Center, the night of the show.
Okay.
So we're going to speak with the contestants next, and again, great to meet you. Take care, all right? So we spoke with Condon Adams, Miss Anguilla, first Miss Anguilla, and now we are going to speak with NCBA Miss Anguilla pageant. I want to take this opportunity to go back to NCBA. I want to send a message out to public admin. I know this is not any part of the interview, no part of what is supposed to be happening, but let me just send a message out to public admin and ask them to send me. I was supposed to do this by email, but you know, what better time than the present? So public admin, I need a job letter, please, that I need to send to NCBA. You know NCBA is giving out so much money for this summer, and I want to be among them. I've already brought in my passport for me and my daughter. I've brought in a letter showing my address, everything else that letter, so that they could be entered into the raffle. You understand? Because you know what's up. It's a big carnival and there are big events, and I want to attend as many as possible. And so let me get a letter. Thanks. I want to welcome some of our contestants in this year's Miss Anguilla pageant. Hello, good afternoon, ladies. I feel dwarfed now. Can we all fit? How are we going to do this? All right. Okay. So, hi. Good afternoon. Okay, I am not sure of themselves again, and we're just going to have a general conversation. We're going to chat about CBA Miss Anguilla pageant, your preparations thus far, have experience on stage, whether you are new to this, your support teams, whatever it is that you care to talk about. Confident going forward to participate in this year's pageant. So I'm going to have you.
I can take it, that's okay.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Hello, good afternoon, I'm fine.
I'm gonna have you angle.
You're gonna have me angle myself?
So, well, no,
how are we gonna do this? You want me to go over here?
So that yeah, sure, that's
okay.
Great. Just so that you know, in the camera frame, we are on Radio Anguilla, but we're also on In Anguilla, and of course the customers are here. Lovely. And they can hear us if they are within range. So if you just project your voice, and we're just gonna have a great conversation. Okay, so I'd like you all to introduce yourselves, give your number, and speak a bit about your journey thus far.
Okay. So my name is Jenniel Brown. I am 29 years old and I am contestant number 4 in this year's NCBA Miss Anguilla pageant. Joining the Miss Anguilla Sisterhood has always been a dream of mine. From childhood, I was always enamored by the glitz and glam of pageantry, but as I grew older, I came to learn more about the transformative nature of pageantry. Also, becoming Miss Anguilla, it affords us such a huge platform to shine a light on the issues that we hold dear to our hearts. So for me, that would be domestic violence, advocating for victims of domestic violence, and also the children that experience trauma from witnessing it. I'm very passionate about that. So far, in relation to my platform, I have held small focus groups with women that have had these experiences. We have done so with the leadership of a mentor. We have been able to express, different things that we've been through and work on how we're going to move forward. And that is just what I am really passionate about, and I can't wait to delve more into work surrounding my platform.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Aliyah Ray. I'm contestant number 6 in this year's NCBA Miss Anguilla Queens pageant. Funny story about me entering the NCBA Miss Anguilla Queens pageant. So, let me just clear the air. Yes, I did wanted to join the Miss Anguilla pageant, and it came out as a bet on Facebook.
I remember that. That was hilarious.
Guys,
was awesome.
please don't get involved in bets on the internet. Please don't.
So Aliyah, you would have said something like, if I get a certain amount of
300 likes and about, I'll register for the Miss Anguilla. Well,
tell me.
In 3-4 hours, I had 400 and something likes, and I was like, but I am a woman of my word, so I registered. I have no regrets of registering. A lot of people. My platform for this show would be mental health because I could have relate to what she said, and that's about it. Nothing but the best.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Glenisha Samuel, contestant number 5. My journey. If anyone knows me, they know that I am not a girly girl.
Definitely.
So being in a pageant was not something that I saw myself doing at all. He's like, trust me, it's something that you can help the level that you can carry your platform, think, okay, if I can actually make a difference for my platform, which is for the arts, then I have to do it. It's bigger than me now. It has been quite a journey. I have been bigger than me, and my platform is the main reason why I'm here.
I'm Hodge, and I am contestant number 2. Well, a part of me getting involved is not only do I want to contribute, but I also wanted to inspire other persons that are like myself. Person in the group that hasn't had any form of stage experience before. Getting out of the box when it comes to that. In addition to that too, more a sports-oriented person. I will quicker get up and play football. Journey, the girls have seen me transition from walking in my little kitten heels, very high 5 and 6 inch heels, and trying my best to push through. Have a very strong presence and walk at the same time too. So one of the biggest things for me and my platform is body masculine to some extent, because I tend to play a little bit. Well, that's what I'm told, but I don't see it that way. And I am just bearing it all out there. And I hope that just enjoy showing up, being on the field, running about, which I miss doing right now too. Showing that you can be just more than a footballer. You can be more than me, and you are a very multifaceted person, and there's nothing wrong with being more than one thing.
I agree. Thank you.
Adrienne Harrigan, your contestant number. To be honest, I am a couple years ago to join the Talented Teen. They asked me to join the Queen Show. I did Calypso 2 years in a row, Junior Calypso. For my background, for me actually wanting to be or pushing myself to go, because my daughter, she is actually a stage girl. She wants to be on stage all day. I push myself to go on there because if I can do it, she can do it, and if I can push myself.
Awesome. So you would have all spoken about your platforms. Anyone can grab the mic. You would have all spoken about China to say this is what I represent, or this is what I will take up and will be. Tell me, how did that come about? Was it a part of your agreement?
Pass them out in the office to my colleagues so that I can see how their mental health is doing, because it plays a big part. See it like that, but it does. To say yes.
Then some things that you had always been passionate about, it was easier to say, oh, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make
definitely.
my platform this because this is what I am about.
Yeah. Definitely. So the application of the social issues that you think are occurring and the different things that I had to overcome. And being and TV mentors and teach our children.
Miss Talented Teen, but the fact that your daughter loves to do this, but you have some stage experience. Feeling Sharmel with the knowledge that they have stage experience. And ladies, I know that every single time on stage is a different experience. So I know in theater arts, you are Miss Tiny Tot. That was years ago. Different thing. How are you feeling now with just this bit of time? And not any pressure on anyone, but you don't have a lot of time left. How are you feeling? You don't have a lot of time left. How are you feeling?
Well, to unpack the experience, I'm thankful that I have a background in sports, because it put me in a place where I had to be disciplined. I have to be the entire way. So sometimes it might look like I finish in the morning and then I'm going straight into the gym. If not that, once I'm through with gym, I'm lucky, and then I have to get back up. I would get on a call to either practice talent, whichever it might be, later into the afternoon. Then I have to be back down in the gym because I have to practice and trying to get a routine now, because as I said, this walk is a little bit strong, so we need
Your
to
walk,
work
I
on
got
that.
that strong walk too. Be who you are.
So for me, because of the discipline, I feel like that's the thing that has me feeling prepared. So I'm not fazed by beyond that. I'm not gonna say that it's easy. It is not. I'm literally choosing times between, well, basically it's like trying to strike a balance. So I'm going to rest here, and then when I get up, I have to get up by this time, and I have to get some is limited, as you said.
Anybody else?
I am a theatre arts teacher. I have done theatre here. We perform together. But I have not been on the carnival stage for a long time. I'm a church girl, as everyone knows. So this is kind of new to me, but like you said, every single time you perform, it's a new set of nerves, a different kind of anxiety. And it's just how you use it, I feel. So getting to know all the girls as well, I know we'll all be fine. And we're going to put on a great show. So I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. But yes, I haven't been on stage in a few years. So although we have experience, we are new people. Like Janelle said, this whole process is very transformative, and we are not who we were when we started this process. So none of us have on the stage at this point. We're new people. Yeah. So I think it's fair game, and like we're gonna put on a great show. So yeah.
Janelle, you were with me last night in room number 3,
yes,
where there were about 3 or 4 talented teen contestants. A way of supporting each other. Everybody just broke out in song.
Yes, we did.
So let me just take out my camera and do what I do and capture the moment of them supporting. Introductions to the crowd, just to get rid of some of the nerves. I will say that. And now everybody's gone. I'm going to present by myself, and everybody did it together. Tell me, you're speaking about supporting each other.
Definitely.
And the camaraderie.
We can, in the sense that I know that she is extremely excited for the show. Working hard to ensure that she does her best when she steps on stage. We are missing her here right now, but she is here in spirit, and we can't wait until we can all be together again.
Yeah. And how else do you support each other? Someone?
Oh wow! Like we do it in so many ways. Trying not to divulge too much, but when we're all together, we try to ensure that we lighten the mood and we try to make each other laugh.
It's always a laugh.
We are a
it's
set.
Always a laugh with you, wherever you are.
I'm very surprised.
Hello.
All of the girls, it's always a laugh. Like the little peaks of personality that comes out. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were like me. So yes,
that is awesome.
It's amazing when we get together.
We always try to have a fun time. We always try to have a good time.
Right.
And if any of us is ever experiencing a tough time,
we always try to
see
make
the real outpouring of love and support.
Yeah.
And that is what I love. Sisterhood. They could not have chosen a better set of young ladies to do this.
Being mental health being your platform, do you feel that you're always comfortable coming to each other to say, I'm having a tough time at this time, I need your support?
Everyone is comfortable. What I try to do is when I see the girls having a they are like you can get the energy. You pick up on the energy real fast, especially if they're a bubbly person. So like if Glenicia is down, if Jenny is down, if Shamel is down, if Adrian is down, I would always say, hey, get yourself.
She just pulls a chair. She's like, are you sit How are you?
I tell you.
So I'm sure you're all doing individual practice sessions. What are the practicing maybe a fanfare?
Is it a secret, guys? Is it a secret? Should we tell them?
What's the secret? There's a place for secrets. What's up?
Yes, it's mostly fanfare practice. Sometimes we have gym sessions and we're all dying together.
Yeah,
that's the system.
Each of us have one foot
Yes. Oh, she putting the pressure on.
She tries to kill us.
Squeeze in your heart.
Best trainer in the world.
Please know what you're signing up for.
She's looking, guys.
If you see us at the gym, we'll blink twice if we need help.
Yes.
Say that again.
At the gym, we'll blink twice if we need help.
No, but definitely. So we come together for gym sessions. We come together for fanfare practice.
Yeah.
We're going to put on an amazing play for you.
That is the most.
How we're going to work out funnest part.
Oh, who's going to pull you up?
No, but that for me is probably the little bit that I'm wary about, because things happen with the nerves of it all. As you said, every time you go on the stage, it's a new feeling, it's a new experience, and so that's the part that I'm a little worried about, the memory.
Okay.
I would say the memory as well, because every time I step to the mic, my knee starts to do a jumping, and then it's like, ooh, girl, you better try and say something.
It happens.
But other than that, the more we get comfortable,
Fine. I think, but the one section I'm really looking forward to is talent, because that theater, my passion. So I haven't been on the stage for a while, like I said, so I get to be me on stage, and I love that. But interview.
I think in my case, it's more so a matter of getting out of my own head. What I mean by that, and this is me being very vulnerable right now.
Say that again?
This is me being very right now.
Okay.
But
we're here for you.
A lot of the times, when things or what have you, sometimes you can be plagued with catastrophizing. In addition to that, sometimes it's just like of telling yourself that you can still push through and that you can still find solutions. Normally, that's how I tend to frame the way that I approach things. There was this phrase that I basically, I don't know if anyone else has said it before, but it is poised. Whatever comes your way, that you have everything that you need already to be able to navigate. Sometimes I often have to remind myself of that. So a big thing for me is definitely getting out of my own head and remembering that I still do have everything that I need to go through whatever it is that might be happening at the time.
Awesome, and you're poised to pivot if you need to. Okay.
Well, for me, it is calming these little nerves down and shutting the other person in. The time goes by, and as you get a little more relaxed. I am a girly when it comes to certain things, I should say, because I am that tomboy model, more beauty, pageants, things. But me with speaking and me and interviewing is not the same person. But for me, it's the beauty and the poise for me.
Yes, I understand. So you're accustomed to modeling, where you show an outfit, you show, the way you look, but the speaking part is the challenge comes in.
Yes.
And so you just have to work on not psyching yourself out, the same thing like Shamar
Not
said.
listening to a third person in the head.
Right, exactly. And, just falling back on the routine you would have practiced all along.
And trying to keep the nerves down.
Yes. NCBA has graciously come on board to sponsor the Miss Anguilla pageant. And so for the first time, just like I spoke with Miss Condon, Miss Anguilla, you know what I mean? Miss NCBA Miss Anguilla. As a matter of fact, you are already making history because you are the very first in the NCBA Miss Anguilla pageant. And so how has NCBA, this bank thus far?
Before I get into that, I think it goes without saying when I say and reason being, as a child, I remember coming into the NBA example, and there was this entire layout of every single queen that the bank has ever represented, sponsored, and so forth. So I feel like it's more of the bank just picking up the mantle again and saying, you know what, we're going to continue this journey. It's about time that we do it again. bank coming on board now to help us, I think it also goes without saying that many queens that have gone before us, the biggest challenge has always been the financial factor because everything costs money, and then we still have, of course, taxes and whatnot attached to that. So for many of us, it's putting a big help up in terms of us getting some financial support to acquire the different things that we need in order to be able to come up there and deliver a great show on the night of. Apart from that, we've had the privilege to, while time being limited still, we had the privilege to be in a financial literacy. In the perfect world, we would have loved to have this kind of knowledge a lot longer, like maybe when we were in high school even, but with it coming on stream now, it still puts us in a position where we can make better decisions moving forward. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us wish that we had that knowledge even before coming into the show.
You should have seen our faces at the end of the session.
So you're saying that NCBA facilitated a financial literacy session for you? Okay, amazing.
Yes, Mrs. Vaughn. So she would have facilitated the session for us one evening. I think this was last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just one of those things where we are extremely grateful for having that opportunity, and we're looking forward to what else is coming too. And I know that with the track record that the bank has had with hosting different queens in the past, it'll be nothing less of a great show.
And so the first person will not only have a reign as Miss Anguilla, but also as Miss NCBA. And so you're going to be representing NCBA probably in video, on radio, maybe traveling, represent. And so you have to get your knowledge up on what this bank provides, what it means to people, how it came to be, and all of that. Anything else you care to share, ladies?
Here to share that you guys come out on August 6th at 7 p.m. sharp so that you can
tell them where.
At the new and improved Lansing Cultural Center so that you can see all 6 beautiful ladies put on an amazing show. 7 p.m. sharp.
On the dot.
7 p.m. sharp.
7 p.m. I was told 8 p.m.
No, but we want you all to come early.
So that you can be there on time.
We want you to be there early.
We know the Anguilla language. Unfortunately, we know the Anguilla language.
Yes.
So you have to say 7 in order for them to come there at 8.
Right. Is knowing your audience, right?
Indeed.
Definitely.
Your manager giving you some other information. Say that.
Say.
Yeah, exactly. Tell them 7. So
the maths is mathing. So 7 p.m. sharp.
All right, let's do a little promo for NCBA. We are in the bank. It is a beautiful day. Customers are enjoying what they can hear from our interviews all afternoon. They are enjoying the view. They can now get a peek of who will be appearing on the stage that night. Hear a little bit about what you have to offer, what you will be doing. They know that they can go back and view this video. Let's big up NCBA for coming forward, for ensuring that we all
want to give a big thank you. Thank you, NCBA.
Remember to come and update your profiles.
Yes.
There's still a lot of money out there to win, like $3,000 still up for grabs. So you come in, you go on the website, you can download the app, you can start the process there, so you don't have to spend much time in line or waiting around, and get the ball rolling. There's money on the table. I wish I had the opportunity to update now, but we're too proactive. I did it too early.
Oh no! But even if you did it early, you are still eligible.
I did it. Yes. This came on board. I did it from like December.
Even if you did it from last year, you are still eligible to win.
Still a part of the pull my name, please. Just pull my name.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Public admin, don't forget Farah's letter.
Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. You were gracious.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any final words, no, that's it. Thank you so much.
August 6th at the Lansing Cultural Center. 7 p.m. sharp.
7. Emphasis on the sharp.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss NCBA contestants, for this year's pageant, August 6th at the Lansing Cultural Center. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, okay. We are going to speak now with the chairperson of the Miss Anguilla committee, Miss Lisa Ray.
Hi, I'm good.
I believe you're good. She's good?
Good.
Hi, Miss Ray. How are you? Welcome. I know that you have the contestants under pressure, as they just mentioned, but I'm sure they have you under more pressure than you have them under.
Well, you know, you're dealing with 6 different personalities,
Yes.
6 different characters, and there's just so much more to putting on the show than it is just organizing the show for the night of the show. You know, there's so many things behind the scenes that are happening, and I think for me, it's not my first rodeo with the Miss Anguilla pageant.
How many years have you been involved now?
I started in 2013, and I was on for 3 years. Then I moved on to the chairmanship of the Anguilla Summer Festival Committee, and then in 2019-20, I just gave it a little break. So I'm back this year.
Okay.
I don't know for how long, but I'm back this year. Getting my feet wet again.
And this is the time to splash in for the 50.
Yes, for the 50.
For the 50. So I expect that it is even more challenging to ensure that everything is put in place so that we can have a grand show.
Right.
I will say, your contestants are very positive. They are positive that the audience, that those present, will be having a great time at the NCBA Miss Anguilla pageant. They are confident, they are excited and eager, especially for the fanfare.
Yes.
They've been speaking about coming together for the fanfare as well as working out with you. How has that been?
Well, the fanfare practice has been amazing. Teaching them the practice, so they've been amazed with just the movements, and they get an opportunity to express themselves a bit in the fanfare practice, for the fanfare. When it comes to working out with me, I'm a different kettle of fish. So I am very hard on them, and they know that.
As is expected.
I am not the sweetest person. I'm a different person in the gym than I am out. So
somebody's blinking for help.
Yes, I'm a nice person outside. I promise. I guarantee. Right, Nashar, I'm very nice outside. But in the gym,
you have to be.
Yeah, in the gym, you know, that's your moment to just break away from the world. So it's outside of exercising for the pageant. It is really levels and just feel good. So I push them very hard. And I can tell you that a lot of them have been experiencing challenges, and you won't see that here today. You won't see some of them who are going through their own little experiences and probably holding back pain. You won't see that today. What you're seeing today are 5 of the 6 contestants letting you know how excited they are to go on stage on August 6th and put on a grand show, regardless of what is happening right now, regardless of what they've been through, regardless of what they're going through. They are excited to be on stage on August 6th.
Yes, I can tell. Tell me how NCBA has been instrumental. We know this setup is amazing. We know they always give an opportunity to promote themselves, their services, and of course to promote the young ladies. So I know they've put a lot, as we see with the check, $50,000 US into the show. So tell me how many other ways they've been instrumental in ensuring that there's a successful show on August 6th.
So it's more than the check.
I'm sure.
NCBA has been very on board with ensuring that the ladies are up to par. Each week we're updating them in terms of our progress. They are also very instrumental in terms of everything else that's happening. We try not to do anything unless we get their approval. We want to ensure that brand visibility is there. It is important for them. So they have really been on board. Karen and I speak basically every single day. If there are any issues or concerns, you know, we go back and forth.
So it's a hands-on approach?
It is definitely a hands-on approach. I don't know if you would have known in years gone by when CCB would have been in charge of the Talented Teen pageant. So
and
they
NBA
were
also always had a contestant in the show.
So this is now the integration of CCB and NCBA.
Exactly.
So it has been as well, because majority of the times when I've been with the Miss Anguilla Queens pageants, visible or that instrumental in terms of decision-making processes. So it's been different. You might see something that someone else does.
Yes.
But in terms of the contribution that here today, allowing the Miss Anguilla and to even continue to be a success in hopefully in years gone by, that they'll continue on for us. So we are very thankful for them. We are very thankful for what they've been doing so far. So very grateful to have NCB on board.
Yes, and we know, like you mentioned, in years sponsor.
Right.
Now with a sponsor for the entire show,
it's different.
It is completely. So you have to think about how you're going to do this differently.
Yes.
And like you mentioned, ears,
yes,
another set of opinions about how.
And I don't know if Karen meant. She is. Yes, 1990, I think. And so there you are able to offer their expertise in that area and be able to give it to the girls. She's been able. And as you can see, she's conversing with them now, and that has been supposed to have this, and they sat and they spoke, and they were thankful for that conversation as well.
And then Adams, she spoke about how completely different the show was in that time, and from the way they did it, or have there been suggestions that you think maybe but I understand what you were saying, and this was the tradition then.
Right.
Are you in traditional ways with the way you've been doing things?
I think, in everything forward, there comes the room for growth. And I think metamorphosis has happened with the Miss Anguilla Queens pageant. There's so much things that have changed, because even when Karen spoke about this, when she wore swimsuit was literally you just put on a swimsuit and you go out. Now the swimsuits these years now are more costume and more flamboyant, and they have their more secret.
It's unveiled and all of that. So
it's a show.
They would just come out and model a swimsuit. But no,
so it really
being wheeled on and then something taken
it is
off
some
here
of everything, and I think people love that. So there has been a metamorphosis, right? So I think that as much as what we will be doing, we will be showcasing our queens, our former queens this year. But we have not, and we have been posting some of the interviews or some of their past and most memorable experiences of former queens. We have some queens who are extremely excited to be on stage, to present themselves, because it's just amazing when we went back through the queens. We're like, oh, that person was a queen. Like we did.
Now I want to be let in on this secret. Can you share anything of how they're going to be incorporated on the big night?
You'll see at the very beginning of the show, but we did of the queens. We would have two of the queens who would have passed, so we would like to at least have a tribute for them. Two queens, so there is, especially looking back and trying to make that person and above. So,
all right, any other words you want to share? Any more information?
I just would like everyone to come out and just to remember that the swimsuit competition is not on Sunday as it was previously. We are integrating that with the night of the show, with Coronation Night.
How has that been? Was it difficult to make that decision to have it integrated? I know over the years
it has been that way.
Show, it has been separate shows.
Actually, no, and I think the chaperones were on board for it. They're okay with it. For them, it works well. It's a flow. So it was a fairly easy decision to say, okay, well, that's probably the best thing to do and the best way forward. And we are forging ahead. I think one of the concerns was that it would make the night lengthy because we have 6 contestants. If anyone knows me and Farah, we worked on a radio station how many years, we know about time, BBC News. 7 o'clock, not 7:01, not 7:02, it comes on at 7 o'clock. So when it comes to time, and they know when it comes to time that I'm very strict and stringent about time. So we are starting on time. We have limited the entertainment for the night because based on how we've worked it out, things should flow.
You want the show to flow smoothly
it will
and
show
not go too late.
Right.
Okay.
So there's a few little things in terms of the stage that we are still trying to work out, a few little kinks here and there, but we intend to have a very smooth operation on the night of.
You mentioned the stage. We know it was just blessed. The opening was just last night. I know they've been practicing the fanfare. Did they get a chance to do that on stage or in a dance studio?
In a dance studio.
Okay.
This stage is different for us, so it's a new experience because right now the way that it's set up, they're just gonna we have to think about how does we get on stage. A person's have a big back piece. There are just so many things that we have to think about. So we're looking at this. How does this work? How does that work?
Because it's completely new for you.
Completely
You would have known
new.
the measurements.
Right. In the center.
Right.
Now you're coming out stage right or stage left.
Yeah.
So, we have trying to work that out. We're planning to have a dress rehearsal soon so we can iron out those kinks. Ensure that August 6th, we're perfectly fine.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
You're
Lisa
welcome.
Rach.